as to the cell that in Wharton County earlier. So it's moving pretty quickly, and sometimes it can lose its energy once it starts actually moving forward. But putting this into a forecast track for you, notice 402, Stilson, 410, Dayton, Kennefleck by 419. And then once we get into Liberty and Ames and Moss Hill, once we have a little bit of time on us, that can actually help to weaken those cells as they move. But we have already had confirmed reports of not only one, but potentially 3 tornadoes in Wharton County earlier today that have caused damage, lots of videos and reports from those as well. So this very much can cause real damage in Northeast Harris County. This is a very populated area from Atascocita. I mean, I know this is just east of the Humble area and just east of the big airport, but very, very close. You had a very strong cell move over the big airport and move over the Humble area. So, okay, now we've got rotation detector. Thank you, David Paul. You can see how the green is heading into the radar scope. And once you see, I'm looking right here, potentially right along West Lake Houston Parkway here into Old Atascocita. This is the area where our couplet is. This is not what you want to see when you're dealing with severe weather, but this is what can show you where potentially our active tornado is. Now, it does take time. We have to have actual, video, pictures, and the National Weather Service goes out to survey to get confirmed reports that there was a tornado. Sometimes we can have funnel clouds that we see, or potentially sometimes even straight-lined winds can do very similar damage that even a tornado would do. So at 3:55 right now, 2 active tornado warnings in place.
Looks like that couplet may have weakened a little bit in this latest update.
Okay, so you know what? Yeah, you can see how the green and the red, they're not quite as close as what we had just previously showed you. So you can kind of see with a broader scope here. Notice when you're looking at the radar to show you what we are looking for, you see all of this red and then that hint of green. When you see that sharp line, when those two were touching and they were colliding, that is the wind friction that's showing us with the 2 different colors here. And we put the rotation detector on the images. All right, hang with us. This is going to be in effect until 4:15 this afternoon. The tornado warning here, right over Atascocita toward Huffman. Yeah, you can see how quickly though this is moving. I don't know if you noticed that as well.
Huffman is right in the path. See that hook?
I do. Yeah.
Right there.
Right in the central part here. So this is the area, right over Huffman that then eventually is going to move north and east. It's moving around 30 miles per hour. Notice the potential hail as well. We're looking at about 3/4 there of an inch in diameter. So everything was pretty much on the board today, from hail, really strong winds, the potential of tornadoes, which is verifying right now. We were expecting this between about midday through 6 o'clock, and this is going to be the worst of it. I mean, we still have to get there about 6, 7 o'clock this evening, but the line of thunderstorms that you see on our radar right now, this is basically it. You may see a little back building behind it with the actual cold front that moves through, but when we get that cold front, what it's going to do is push all of this to the east. So this is really the most severe weather that we're going to see. And then once we get past this, that is basically it as we get into your Friday and through about the next 4 or 5 days or so. So it is right now that make sure you have your notifications turned on. We're going to issue you these alerts. That's exactly happening right now. So coming up here, we're starting off 3:58. I'll give you a nice little reset. 2 active tornado warnings. We broke in immediately, just, over these areas. This is the type of activity that can be life-threatening. So the first thing that you need to do anytime you see a tornado warning is take action. And that means if you're not in this area, but you're watching on TV and you know somebody that is close to this area, it is time to call them, text them, any way that you can get a hold of them and say, hey, if you're in Northeast Harris County, if you're in Liberty County, San Jacinto, or Polk County, it is time that you head inside and remove yourself of any areas that potentially can have any debris. You just, the worst thing you could do is be outside at a time like this because of the potential of flying debris. You know, that's how we have so many life-threatening accidents that happen during severe weather like this. So from Huffman into Eastgate, and then notice that's in the actual tornado warned area. Now the cell that we were watching, it looks like it's moving a little bit faster here now to the north and east already over the original area from Huffman that it was. So the latest track now, 405, we're looking at Eastgate, 435, Kennefic, and we'll see if that even holds together through 435. But this potentially could be a tornado that's on the ground that potentially is causing damage, or maybe even the potential of just some strong winds. Then putting the next one, let's maybe go up a little further north and we can show that second. Do we have okay, well, I tell you what, this spread apart just a little bit as well. Notice how from Liberty into Polk County, no longer is that impacting San Jacinto. So we do have a little bit of movement with this cell. Yeah, putting that into motion, yeah, you can kind of see how it kind of quickly comes together in the tornado warned area. This is just west of 146, just north of 105. Again, notice how you can see that tightening. That's the circulation that we're looking for. And you know, very well, we could have a couplet right here. You know, it's sometimes tough to tell if it's actually reaching the ground from the radar's perspective here. But your videos and pictures, and of course the reports from the National Weather Service help us to confirm that as well. This isn't still in effect, though, for Liberty and Polk County until 4:15 this afternoon. So again, if you know anybody in this area, it is time to take shelter. 2 active tornado warnings, and we're staying on air. Our 4 o'clock broadcast, I know, begins right now. But, you know, whenever we have an active tornado warning, it's just so important that you see where it's happening, what you need to do, and then what's potentially going to come next. Now, this cell is moving north and east. It is moving at a pretty decent speed, so I like that. But again, at this point, right over Huffman, okay, if you know anybody in Huffman, so now we're heading just east of Atascocita area. This is just west of Eastgate. Still potentially looks like it could move a little bit closer to Eastgate. Again, we will see, but this all has similar characteristics as the tornado warning that I was tracking about 2:30, 2:40 this afternoon in Wharton that produced potentially 3 different tornadoes. We've had plenty of videos and pictures sent in from that. So broad scope on the radar, you know, those are the 2 active tornado warnings right now. One in the northeast area, the extreme northeast part of Harris County. Now it's just east of even Atascocita, so this is north and east of the big airport, but not far from. Look at all of this lightning. I mean, we have had a lot of lightning that can easily cause damage as well, especially on saturated grounds. So I wouldn't be surprised if in these areas, but potentially all across the board, we could have downed trees, downed limbs, a lot of debris. Okay. Chief Meteorologists in, and we are getting prepared. But this is the big picture. So I'll zoom in just a little bit. The line of thunderstorms, I will say overall, is weakening just a little bit, especially areas south and west where we had really strong, severe thunderstorms earlier from Fort Bend County, a big part of Harris County. But then getting into where we have the 2 active tornado warnings right now, these are the primary areas of concern. And you know what? We actually have 1 brand new tornado warning. This is going to be right over Clark and from Liberty into Polk. So you can see just west of the original tornado warning that we were telling you about. But this is actually brand new from the National Weather Service. So now we're talking about 3 different areas that have tornado warnings attached to them. And this is going to be near Lake Houston, about 7 miles east of Kingwood, still moving about 30 miles per hour, but extremely dangerous. So when you see this, again, I want you to remember when we have an active tornado warning, it means take action right now. So if you are near Clark, if you know someone near Kingwood, this is just north of Moss Hill. Let me zoom out, okay? So I'm gonna give you the scope here of the 3 different areas that are tornado warned now. One in Northeast Harris, moving into Liberty. The next, two different tornado warnings in Liberty and Polk County. These are areas that you need to take shelter. You need to take cover right now. Look for that most interior portion of your house. And the reasoning behind that is you want to limit anything that could potentially harm you or your family. So take shelter now. Both of these are in effect until 4:15 this afternoon. I'll give you the latest look at the timeline here in Northeast Harris County. Now this looks to me right over Eastgate. This is also in effect until 4:15. So we do have, about 11 more minutes to track this and watch this for you. But after the confirmed reports that we've had out of Wharton County, I want you to keep in mind this can be very dangerous. It can come on quick. It can be life-threatening. So it is time to take action. Take this serious. We don't have, tornado warnings all of the time. So I know sometimes, you're kind of like, well, what do I do in this situation? You often hear how people head to their basements. Nobody has that here. So what you're supposed to do, the safest spot in your house, either look for the most interior bathroom that you can have. Usually that's a steady structure, and that's what can keep you and your family safe. And I would stay there for about the next 10 minutes. Our chief meteorologist, David Paul, is here. We have been both tracking these storms that have fired up. Again, we were expecting to see severe weather, but it's always hard when you see this, especially over highly populated areas. Notice the lightning as well. This alone can do damage. Wind gusts upwards of about 45 to 50 miles per hour, and then getting into the same areas here from Liberty County and into Polk County as well. Now the same potential rotation as I zoom in is moving about 30 miles per hour. I always like to see that there is some nice movement. I'll put this into forecast track. I'll stop the radar motion. And as I put this in, I'm going to put that at about 35. Let me move this here. And you can see, okay, 416, you can see thicket, 424, Bragg. And
it looks like what they've done is they've reissued that tornado warning for this cell. And now it's racing to the east. So folks, if you're in Thicket and Chita, if you just want to drive for a little bit and give me a tour, we can do that. But it has turned into a very active weather afternoon, and it is not unheard of to have severe weather days here, even around Christmas here late in December. The southern branch of the jet can get active, and that's what's happened today. So big picture, 2 active tornado warnings. This one just north of Atascocita, pushing into western Liberty County, just crossing over the Liberty County line. That one is going to be in effect until 4:15, so at least for the next 15 minutes. That's the storm near Eastgate. You want to take cover on the first floor of your home, away from windows, on the lowest level. That's the safest place to be when a tornado threatens your home or business. So there's Ken effect. So here's tornado warning cell number 2. This one appears to be weakening a little bit. It's now crossed east of Clark. There's Bragg. So folks in Bragg, all that lightning and thunder you're hearing, that is for a tornado warned cell that is moving in your direction. And now they've issued a new tornado warning for folks east of Polk County. So this one very quickly is going to be moving to the east into Bragg, Honey Island, Village Mills. Folks there, you want to go ahead and take cover on the first floor of your home or business, away from windows. That's where you want to be. An interior hallway with no windows around it, or a small bathroom, maybe that it has one window but fewest windows. It's that broken glass that can be one of the biggest dangers when you get these tornadoes coming through. These are likely small tornadoes if the cells have produced tornadoes at all. But those are the type that can bring down trees and limbs and break glass, and that is one of the things that can be so dangerous. So there's Highway 146. There's Clark. The storm cell is crossing over right now. So folks in Thicket, all that lightning and thunder, again, that's the storm. That cell will be warned at least for the next 15 minutes, 10 minutes until 4:15. That for Liberty and Polk County. In addition to the possible tornado, and again, these are radar indicated, we're getting reports of pea to nickel to maybe quarter-size hail in some of these. And so you may also see some hail with these cells. Look at the intense lightning. That's that other tornado warned cell in western Liberty County, just over the Eastgate area. And so there's Ken effect, there's Dayton, there's Highway Texas 321. This storm is going to be crossing over 321 here north of Dayton pretty quickly, and you can look at it. You can see how this is there's kind of like a circle here. That's what we call a hook echo. It's an indication that the entire storm system itself is rotating, And that tells us with rotation, that's the type of storm that can produce a tornado. Yeah, lightning strikes. Just in that storm, 132 lightning strikes in the last 10 minutes. That's a bunch. Negative strikes, 53. Those are the more stronger strikes. Positive strikes, 80, adding up to 134 now in the last 10 minutes. So a tremendous amount of cloud to ground and cloud lightning with this thunderstorm, this rotating thunderstorm pushing into western Liberty County right now. And again, there's Highway 321, there's Kennebec, there's Liberty. So it's just west of Liberty. It may skirt just to the north of Liberty as it moves through, but in Liberty, especially north side of Liberty, north of Highway 90, you want to take cover there as that storm is going to pass very close. If you add up all the lightning across Houston, Harris County, and it's a strong thunderstorm in the Med Center right now, include that storm moving into Liberty, the storm moving out of Polk County, almost 400 lightning strikes in just the past 10 minutes. That's a whole lot of lightning, and it is an indication when you see lightning like that you've got a tremendous amount of up and down motion inside the storm. That's what polarizes the storm. Positive charges, negative charges, and it becomes like a big battery, and that's what eventually leads to lightning and thunder. We go to our rotation detector. Interesting, this couplet, the cool colors, the green colors, and then those really hot colors coming together like that, indicating that you've got rotation right there, so we know where the storm is rotating. This is being measured up inside the cloud. This is not at ground level. This is at about 1,500, 2,000 feet about above the surface. So the storm itself is rotating above the surface. Why is that important? Because that tells us that the storm could be one that puts down a tornado because it's already showing rotation. Here's the other rotating area. This couplet, notice how this is now much more spread out, much more elongated here. So this one is showing signs of beginning to weaken. That's the Med Center right there. Huge downpour in the Med Center right now, slowing down everything. But again, that's the Polk County cell. Hey, Chita, if we can, I wanted to show what's going on in Harris County. We do have a heavy thunderstorm. That's the Med Center, that live picture you're looking at right there. So we do have heavy rain and thunder right in Houston and Harris County as well. This storm crossing over Highway 146, although it is still warned for a possible tornado for the next few minutes, that is likely going to expire. That right there is not showing signs of being very strong. But let's go back now and look at the one that's moving into Liberty County, and then I want to take a look at Harris County. Both of those cells showing indications of very strong.
It's trying.
Okay, it's trying.
We have
to
a lot of
catch up.
data coming in. It's
That's
trying.
right.
It's trying. It's getting there.
We will get there. In the meantime, this is the tornado warm cell over Highway 146, Polk County, Moss Hill to Clark. There's the big picture. And so this is, even with these storms that aren't warned, every now and then the radar indicates a little possible rotation. There's no tornado warning there near Bel Air, but it indicates an intense thunderstorm and just blinding rain. Meyerland to Bel Air, to the Med Center to downtown, that is just blinding rain. You do not want to get out into that. East side of downtown, east of, toward Galena Park, toward Pasadena, heavy downpour. That's the thunderstorm cell right there that raced through the Atascocita area. Hoffman, now it's over Liberty County. That one is the most organized of the bunch right there. Boy, but anywhere from downtown east to Cloverleaf to Pasadena, and then up Highway 90 into Liberty, just torrential rain, and that is a severe thunderstorm. Again, possible tornado with that one just north of Liberty. Then here's our next cell that's going to be exiting northern Liberty County, pushing east into Bragg and Bastion here pretty quickly. That one showing signs of weakening. If we can, let's take a closer look at the strongest one, the one that's moving into Liberty County right now. That's the one with the strongest rotation right there. Yeah, and they've just... Yeah.
Do you see that from Eastgate into Dayton now?
Yeah, so what Chita's pointing out is right here. This is the new polygon that the Weather Service has just issued. So we're extending the tornado warning here for this cell. This one will be in effect well past 4:15, probably till 4:45. As it's showing a significant amount of rotation, and they'll clear that one off the board here in just a couple of minutes. But this one, if you're in Liberty County, north of Dayton, this is crossing Highway 321 right now. And look at how well defined this couplet is. We call this a couplet. You've got cool colors coming together with very bright hot colors, the oranges and the yellows. And what this tells us is that we have rotation right there. That's where the storm is rotating. If this is producing a tornado, that's where it's coming down and hitting the ground. So it's north and east of the Eastgate area. You can still expect very gusty wind there in Eastgate. There's Highway 321. So it's just about to cross over Highway 321 north of Dayton in Liberty County. If you're on Highway 321 just north of Dayton, Liberty County, it is time right now to take cover, interior room of your home, like an interior hallway. You just want to get as much framing of the house around you. That's where you're safest. That's where you're safest if a tree comes down. That framing right next to you will help to keep that tree from getting to you. It stops it. An interior closet, again, lots of framing of the house right around you, enclosed around you. That's the safest place to be. An interior bathroom, again, a small room with lots of that framing around you and as few windows as possible. And then there's the storm exiting northeast Liberty County. Excuse me, that's East Harris County. So now they have warned this, but it's a severe thunderstorm warning for this storm now pushing through the east side of Harris County. Let's see, that's the east side of the Beltway 8. There's Oak Prairie, Galena Park, Channelview. So Channelview, you've got a little bit of rotation, not strong enough, we think, to issue a tornado warning, but that is dumping very heavy rain, probably putting out some small hail as well. Another thunderstorm warning here for this one right in the heart of Houston, Harris County. There's I-45, so from Pierce Elevated south to the 288 split, and then all the way down past Hobby on I-45. That is just a deluge. Back to Meyerland, folks in the Bel Air area getting just dumped on right now. For the moment, this has not caused any type of bayou rise situation. We're not getting bayou flooding, but I can tell you there is a ton of street ponding and that street flooding. The type that's bad where you have to slow down or the car in front of you hits that big puddle and it just sprays. And coming in here to the station a little bit ago, went by more than 2 accidents that had just happened because of the torrential downpours and the puddling on the roadway, and folks just not ready for it, and you hit it and that spray goes, and next thing you know, you're hydroplaning. So if you can stay inside, just stay inside out of this mess and give it a couple of hours to push on through. Again, that's our worst storm right now, Liberty County, and this is why we're staying on the air with you, because this is a tornado warning. This thunderstorm right here just north of Liberty, north of Dayton, that one is showing significant signs of rotation. The type of a signature where it's called...
Notice it's 4:30.
Yeah, okay, so that's good to see. So they have extended it to 4:30. So they extended it another 15 minutes. This is the one for folks in Liberty County. So that's going, and then the one, is that the one for Liberty County?
That one is just east of, but let me zoom in. It's 4:45 now in Liberty County, that's right.
Yeah, 4:45 for this one now. So another half hour on this one as it moves through Liberty County. There's Dayton Lakes, there's Liberty. Here's Highway 90, so it's north of Highway 90 that you're seeing the worst of the storm, that the storm is rotating through north of Highway 90, moving east-northeast at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. They're moving pretty quickly. It won't sit in one place very long. And then there's the other tornado warning system now east of Liberty County, north of Baston, moving toward Bragg. Folks in Bragg, you can hear the lightning and thunder. Take cover now. Again, that interior room of your home or your business or wherever you are in the sound of my voice, take cover now, away from windows, get as much of that framing around you as you can. An interior hallway, an interior closet, an interior bathroom, those are the safest places to be. Because with these types, and I see, Chita, that's interesting. So we actually have a report of a tornado.
We do have several reports. We do have to get confirmation.
Yep.
But several reports. I mean, looks very similar to what we had out of Wharton that confirmed reports of maybe 1 to 3 tornadoes.
Yeah, so when you see this begin to show up on our radar display, we've set it up so that when we actually get a report that yes, indeed, there was a tornado that touched the ground or did some damage, that's what these are telling us. That's going to be the same system. That's the one with that strong signature on it. And so that's why we've been so concerned about this. So again, this has done some damage as it came through northeast Harris County, just north and east of Lake Houston, pushing into Liberty County now, just north of Highway 90. That one is now here, moving through just north of Liberty, north of Highway 90 through central portions of Liberty County right now. That one in effect again until 4:45. That is by far the most concerning storm on the board right now. And as we just told you, you want to take cover if you're in Liberty County. There is blinding rain down in Harris County. Yeah, let's dig into this just a little bit since this is here's the worst of it right now. Highway 321. So there's your couplet. That is that's a very well-defined circulation. no surprise that this has actually produced a tornado. There is likely a tornado either on the ground right now here, or it's one of those that's coming up, dropping down, doing damage, coming up, dropping down, doing damage. They come and go very quickly, but that is likely doing damage. And so here's Highway 59, 69, East Tex Freeway up at I-45. That is it's just, that is blinding rain. You just do not want to get out on this right now. This is a dangerous situation right here. Again, Liberty County, you want to be taking cover right now. Interior room of your home or business, away from windows, interior hallway. That's the safest place to be. As far as Houston-Harris County goes, it's dumping. It's blinding rain. The yellow boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect till 4:45 across from the Med Center in downtown to Edo to Galena Park. No tornado warnings here at the moment, but it's something we're watching carefully. When we see this little circle right here, it indicates possible we could begin to see a little rotation right there. It hasn't gone tornadic yet, but it's something that we are monitoring. So again, Galena Park to Channel View. There's the...
Some of these rainfall rates up to about 2 inches now per hour, so that can easily stack up. You know how that goes real quickly here.
So the rainfall rate that Chita's mentioning, our drainage system, our gutters and the roads are designed to handle a 2-inch per hour rainfall rate. What's happened out there right now is that we're in many places like Galleria area, Med Center, Galena Park. It's coming down at like 3 or 4 inches per hour for sure, yeah. And what that's going to do is cause the ponding on the roadway, and it just makes it an absolute dangerous mess on Houston
And I'm going to
roads.
circle the area of potential concern, because we're always looking at the potential of circulation, and you can see where that is. I'll throw the velocity up just to check it.
Yeah, I'm curious if we've got a couplet building here.
Look at that.
We do. It's broad. But it's trying to focus right there. So the Weather Service is monitoring that carefully. This is one of those couplets. Now, quite often, severe thunderstorms will rotate, but they don't produce a tornado.
High populated area.
Exactly. So this is why we're concerned. That's a very high populated area. Galena Park, Center City, Cloverleaf. We're heading east out I-10. We'll monitor that carefully. Again, right now, severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorms can produce tornadoes. So it's something that we're watching carefully as well. At the moment, though, it's just severe thunderstorm warning, Harris County. There's Liberty County. This is by far the most concerning thunderstorm as it has produced damage. We have at least 2 damage reports as it came across the north side of Lake Houston and then crossed over into Liberty County. Let's see if we can. The radar is ingesting some new data here, so we're kind of waiting on it.
Exactly. Yes, it is.
There we go. We've got the latest data. I'm curious to see what the couplet looks like here.
You want to get back to velocity? Okay.
Yeah, let's go to velocity and let's see if what neighborhoods this is near. Yeah, that's a real. Okay, so right in here.
Either one,
That's the one that's dying. This is the one that we're most concerned about. We know that this particular rotation, this storm has already produced tornado damage as it came across northeast Harris County into Liberty County. What we're looking at there are the hot colors and the cool colors coming together. And again, the radar is ingesting some data here, so sometimes it'll pause on us a little bit. Highway 321, Liberty County, this is north of Dayton, north of Highway 90. That's the spot right there. That's it right there. Racing northeast at about 30 miles an hour. There's Dayton Lakes, the neighborhood of Dayton Lakes. So that's holding together, and this looks dangerous.
I'm going to pause the radar so you can see. This is just a current live image.
Yeah, so that's the latest volume scan right there. There's Dayton Lakes, Liberty County. That is a very dangerous looking couplet. You can kind of almost see the rotation as it's curly-cueing around. See how it's curling in and up and around? So this is the Doppler part of Doppler radar. It can tell if the little raindrops are moving toward the radar site or away from the radar site. Radar site's down in League City to the south.
And that's why they extended the warning.
Yeah, that's why, because the couplet is just looking so healthy. I say healthy, it's dangerous. The green, those are raindrops that are going that way, toward League City, toward the radar site. The bright colors are raindrops moving away. They're moving away from League City, the radar site. So what do we know then? We know we've got them moving away here, moving toward here. What does that tell us? Then we have a rotation right there. That's Doppler radar in a nutshell. That's what it does. It gives us that information, the internal structure of these storms, so we know if they're rotating, we know whether we need to break in, let you know about it, and tell you to take cover. So again, Dayton Lake's right here. This is Liberty County. This is interesting. This one's falling apart, Chita.
Yeah, it looks really broad. That's great to see. I mean, this is what we would want to see, and that does expire at 4:30. So
Yep.
I think the National Weather Service is seeing that same thing too.
Yeah, I think they're seeing what we're seeing. But Baston to Bragg, over to Honey Island, just make sure you're taking cover until that does finally let go. And then back to Harris County.
Exactly. Let's watch this one a little bit carefully too.
So Channel View area.
I'm
so
going to pause this. Yeah.
there is
It's trying. Maybe right here, Cloverleaf.
Beltway 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wallaceville Road. You've got Greens Bayou Watershed up in here. This is, there's Maxey Road, Oaks Road. So if there is a circulation right here over Cloverleaf,
Yep.
the yellow box indicates a severe thunderstorm warning. That means we haven't detected a tornado, but it means we do have the type of storm that can, we've got a little rotation right there, looking at the Doppler radar. So folks in Cloverleaf, I-10 east to Market Street to Delldale Street, this is where you want to go ahead and take cover from the storm. Even if it doesn't produce a tornado, it has the potential to
And
produce
look at those winds.
very gusty wind. Yeah, click on we can do it. We can grab some of these pixels if you wanted to hit the question mark
Yeah.
and see what some of these pixels are saying. It doesn't look overly strong. Yeah, 28, 28. And so that's why they haven't warned for it yet. There is rotation. There's nothing over the top. You know, Chita, I'm curious to what our velocities would look like up in that system up in Liberty County.
Okay, let's go back.
Again, you're looking at a live picture. That's I-10 east at Freeport, and the roads are a mess. Just stay home. Stay off the roads. It is not worth getting out right now.
Okay, so you want to get back into Liberty?
Yeah, this is our only tornado warning
Yeah,
now.
look at that. It's still strong.
Yeah, I'm curious what our velocities are going to be.
Okay, let's check it.
In some of the brighter yellows and oranges here, and then the really cool greens over here.
Oh, yeah, wow.
You see the difference then at home. You can
Very.
see where we had velocities of like 30, 35 miles an hour, now velocities of 52, 42. So again, this is above ground. This is an above ground internal rotation, but when we see that, experience tells us that's the type of storm that can drop a tornado. And it has. We have a couple of reports of damage as this scooted through northeast Harris County and into Liberty County. 52 miles an hour here. I wonder what the pixel there is suggesting.
You want me to take this off?
Yeah, let's see. I'm just curious right in here.
And then let's query that.
Yeah, 35, 41, 50. So definitely strong enough rotation about 1,000 feet up. That's about how far it is from that spot in the radar site. Yeah, to here. So you've got a pretty good rotation there. History of this doing some tornado damage as it went through. That's why the tornado warning here in Liberty County, and it is in effect until 4:45. So about the next 20 minutes.
That's right.
As this one rolls through Liberty County. Let's zoom out. Let's kind of reset where we are.
Yep. Let me take these
with
off.
all the storms.
Yeah, because we have a lot of blinding rain out there. For anyone watching, I know we're focusing in on the tornado warning, but look at this. I mean, Dave, you know this. I mean, this is the type of rain that quickly creates high water. I mean, all across Harris County.
Looks like a new thunderstorm warning for East Harris County just
Yep,
popped up.
right over Barrett.
Yep, there it is. That's the one that was showing a little bit of rotation, but again, they've just warned it for a thunderstorm warning for the moment.
And potentially 60-mile-per-hour winds right there, that can do damage.
Yeah.
You know, even if you don't have any circulation.
A lot of gusty wind. And this part of the area now, it's been raining heavily here from
Very.
Pasadena, from Pasadena back to Bel Air to Hobby to Deer Park for a good 45 minutes to an hour.
In fact, we could look at how much rainfall we've picked up. Let me see some of these.
Yeah, let's see what we've done today.
And this is radar estimates, so you know this is not exact, you know that, but
And I think almost all of this has come down
probably right now.
right
exactly.
in the last. So these are estimated rain totals.
Let me broaden out a little bit. Yeah.
Nothing too terribly over the top.
They did issue a flood advisory in eastern Montgomery County. So I'll query a couple of that. We'll just see what we get, if there's anything. Oh, there's 2.3.
So it doesn't look like much.
No,
But
yeah.
when it all comes down at once, when
Yep.
you get 2.3 inches of rain in 15 minutes,
Yeah.
that's when the roads start looking like they do there up toward Beltway 8 and Highway 90. on
You
the
know, it's
northeast side.
nice to see in Harris County, because we've been watching so much lightning across Harris County. I like to see that that is starting to weaken. That's a good sign of those thunderstorms weakening.
So what Chita's pointing out is when the lightning count begins to go down, which it is in Harris County, it just means there's less vertical motion in the storm. That means the storms, at least for the moment, are weakening. Yeah, Chita, I'll second that. That's a good sign to see.
That is, especially over these really densely populated areas, like over the Med Center, right across portions of, West U, Bel Air, the Galleria, and then just east of, we still have the severe thunderstorm warning over Galena Park, and you can see east of into Channelview. But look at that lightning count. I mean, even just about 10, 15 minutes ago, that's a completely different picture.
Yeah.
It's very different. So that's good to see.
Atmosphere is getting worked over.
Yeah, and now even near the big airport, that's nice to see. Look at Atascocita, what a difference that picture is. I like to see that. Now, we have, just so you know, directly from the National Weather Service, we have had multiple reports of actual tornadoes that have touched down. So we're probably going to get a full storm report and have several today.
I wonder if we can
Multiple.
let's zoom in on right where these storm reports
Yes.
were, and let's see where we're getting damage. I think we can also query that. And that
Look at
there's
this.
3 of them now.
Now there-
and
yep.
you see how they're all in a line? So that's that same storm that's now going through Liberty County right now that's warned for a tornado. Yep, that's the track it took, right through Huffman, past Eastgate, middle of Liberty County, crossed over Highway 321. Now it's right up here, moving into northeast Liberty County. That will be exiting Liberty County here fairly quickly. Again, that's a tornado warning in effect until 4:45 for Liberty County. It's for another 15 minutes. They will likely reissue that. But that's where right there is your path of our tornadic thunderstorm through northeast Harris County, and now just grazing through Liberty County. The other storm that was producing a tornado, they've reduced that to a thunderstorm warning for folks in Bragg and Baston, Lumberton, moving east. So that's good. This is the only real dangerous, life-threatening storm right now.
Back to velocity?
Yeah, let's go to velocity. Let's take a look at what the couple. That's a big improvement.
That is a very big improvement. Wow.
Now, it could be that the radar is cutting through more rain, but I like what I'm seeing. That's a reduced intensity of the couplet, which is where we have the cool colors and the hot colors coming together. And that's where we've got our rotation.
Hey,
right
I'm
there.
going to read this just as it's coming in from the National Weather Service.
Yeah.
I want to give some good news because we were focused in, do you remember earlier near Atascocita of the tornado? In fact, I'm going to go back to that storm report because it was just east of Atascocita. This right here from the National Weather Service, this is great news. By their fire department, there have been no reports of damages that they've received from the tornado, but they're calling it from the Atascocita tornado.
Okay.
So it's sounding the language as it's confirmed. We don't have that official yet, but so far they have not had any reports of damage.
I'm guessing, Chita, they had a storm spotter.
Yeah.
Yes. Trained storm spotter, call it in. It did produce a tornado, but didn't do enough damage to.
Oh, that's great to hear.
So that's good.
Very good. But
hope
yes,
that-
I wanted to give you that just because that just came in. So that's always just good news to hear.
That's great information. All right. So hopefully what we're seeing there and what we're seeing with the internal rotation here is that this is going to weaken. But Moss Hill.
Yeah, let's look. And you know what I'll do? I'll do the lightning count just to see what it is because it looks pretty impressive.
If you're in Moss Hill, you need to be taking cover right now. Interior room of your home, away from windows, first floor.
Oh, geez, sorry. Hold on.
And then you can see that the lightning ball that this storm's producing, just indicating a tremendous amount of up and down motion inside the storm here. Chita's going to get a lightning count.
Wait a minute here. It's taking the report of the tornado. So hold on. Let me do that just north of. Let's get back to the lightning. Let me give you the query box. I know.
So let's see. Yeah, just west of Baston, right over Moss
There we
Hill. Yeah, right in here, 127 strikes
Just right
in 10 minutes.
That's right.
So that is a bunch of lightning strikes. Again, what we want to see is that number go down. That will tell us that the storm is reducing its intensity. And that number, 125, that does not include what's going on over here at Honey Island. That's
right.
all coming from this storm over Moss Hill. So, I'm curious what the velocity looks like.
Let's go back to it.
Let's take another look. When I say velocity, I'm asking for the Doppler, part of Doppler radar. And it's still a decent looking couplet. That the green and the orange colors coming together right there, that's where we have our tornado. If there is indeed one there, that's where the storm is rotating above the surface at about 1,500 feet. When you get that type of rotation internally inside a thunderstorm, we know that those are the ones that can produce tornadoes that end up touching on the ground. That's why this thunderstorm has been warned for a tornado warning, really off and on for the past 2 hours now. This particular warning cell is in effect till 4:45. We're sneaking up on that.
That's right.
Another 10 minutes to go. Just to set your bearings again, there's Hardin, there's Moss Hill. So folks in Moss Hill, this is moving directly toward you. There's Highway 146. So folks in Moss Hill, you need to take cover in an interior room of your home on the first floor, away from windows. What do I mean by interior? I mean like in an interior hallway, like a hallway between a couple of rooms that's away from the exterior walls. If you have an interior closet that doesn't share a wall with the outside of the house. Same thing with an interior bathroom. That's the safest place to be. You're away from the exterior walls, which can take debris strikes, and you have more of the framework of the house right around you. So if a tree falls, and that really is one of the greatest threats with these storms, if a tree falls, you're in that interior closet way, you've got a lot of framing right around you, and that is what can create a little safe space for you to be, and it's most likely, it's less likely you'll be injured in that part of your house. Big picture, that's our only tornado warning right here.
Right.
The radar is thinking it's about to ingest its next update. Tremendous amount of lightning, a lot of ponding on the roadways in Harris County from downtown south, Katy to Sugar Land, Bel Air to Meyerland, Baytown to Pasadena. So much heavy rain down here. Energy Park, that area also receiving just a ton of rain in a very short period of time. There's our tornado warning storm near Liberty County. That's the only active tornado warning we have. They've issued another one. Okay, they did, look, Chita, they've issued a warning for this one. This one finally, the
Until
rotation.
5.
Yeah, let's take a look at the velocity on that when we get a moment here. But just to set your bearings, so that's where our rotation is. Yeah, there it is.
You want to go back? Okay.
That's good. So that's a very, very well-defined couplet. When you see them small and very compact like that, it's a good indication you may actually have a tornado out of this. Again, this is all radar indicated, but again, that's exactly the type of couplet that can produce a tornado. And with velocities above the surface, 53 miles an hour, we saw the same levels produce a tornado from that storm further north in Liberty County. So it's likely this is producing, if not a funnel cloud, an actual tornado. This is racing northeast at about 30. So Dayton, take cover.
Yep.
Folks,
Here, I can get back and track it.
yeah, FM 1409 south of Dayton, FM 146 south of Dayton. Take cover there immediately in Liberty County, south of Dayton. Take cover right now. Tornado warning is in effect for you. Interior room of your home away from windows. So now it's 2 active tornado warnings. This cell racing northeast, and Chita's putting up a storm track. Let's get some sitting. Just hold right here for a moment. So for that cell racing northeast, time of arrival, Moss Hill 439, Leelavale at 516, Kuntz 532, Silsby 546, as that one races northeast at about 30. Let's leave that one, and let's see if we can get an update, and let's put a storm track on the new one for southern Liberty County. So this one is right on Highway 90, maybe just a little south of Highway 90. There it is. There's our rotation. This is our brand new tornado warning. That one will be in effect until 5 o'clock. Storm track coming up. So Liberty, you're going to be in the path of this
There you
storm. Yeah, so Dayton 444, Liberty 454. So that's the rotation. That's you, Liberty and Dayton. So take cover now. Now's the time to take cover. Interior room of your home or business away from windows, first floor. Continuing to move east, it reaches Hardin by 5:07, DeZetta by 5:13. Hopefully by that time it has weakened. But if it holds together, that's the timing of that new tornado warning for this cell. Just exited Harris County, now into Liberty County, grazing right along Highway 90. And now reports of hail out of this one. And Chita, just looking at the radar returns, it doesn't surprise me that we're getting hail near Galena Park.
We've had lots of reports of hail today. You know, the National Weather Service did just expire one severe thunderstorm warning. If you remember, we had two different severe thunderstorm warnings in Harris County. So it was good to see that one has expired. This one lasts until 4:45, so not too much longer. And it looks like the potential of, you know, 3/4 to an inch size diameter in hail.
Yep.
And then notice the winds. I mean, 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's very much strong enough to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and that 3/4 inch size hail, so quarter size, that'll dent your truck.
Yeah.
I'm driving a truck that's got hail dents in it. From
Oh, look at that TranStar image, David, too.
Okay.
You can see just how messy it is just everywhere, east near Freeport.
Yeah, the east side really taking it hardest. So traffic moving slow. You see the spray off the roadway there. I-10 East now at, where are we?
Freeport. The
Okay.
TranStar's at Freeport.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no, they changed it. Yeah.
Lightning strike there. Again, I-10 East, that is just dumping. Channel View, heavy blinding rain into the Highlands, Lynchburg, heavy blinding rain there. There's Baytown, not too bad Baytown, you're skirting the edge of it, but that is it's gonna be close, Baytown.
You know, I'll give you a broader view just so you can kind of get an idea of that line. I mean, look how that goes from basically Matagorda County right through the line there between Fort Bend and Brazoria. I mean, Brazoria has missed a big chunk of this, but remember, this is going to be moving south and east eventually, but we're not expecting quite as severe weather, you know, as what we are right now.
It is going to be, a couple of things are going on. It's pulling some of the energy out of the atmosphere, but also the upper level support for this tornadic stuff is going to be moving east. It'll be moving that way. So it's got another hour or so to go, but that part of it should begin to move east, and then things should settle down. It remains to be seen if this stuff further south, Chita, is going to become severe. So we haven't forgotten about you at all down here.
Exactly.
You know, down in Matagorda County, Brazoria County, Sweeney. You know, this is moving east. So folks, you know, Hawkinsville to Angleton, Brazosport area, Clute, Lake Jackson, Surfside. You know, that's all, that line's moving in your direction, and that could easily produce some very strong gusty wind, 40, 50 miles an hour. Just for the moment, it's not tornadic or producing severe weather as based on our criteria. So we're watching it. If we get a severe warning, we'll focus on it a little bit more. But we've had to move our focus, you know, up to Harris County and Liberty County in particular. And why don't we, Chita, let's let's reset on Liberty County.
Let's reset on Liberty County.
Let's do the new tornado warning that came out,
That's
latest
the
one.
brand new one.
Yeah.
And I'll pause the radar so you can kind of just get a good look.
Clearly getting reports of hail with that tornadic thunderstorm just west of Liberty. This one near Moss Hill, still warned here for the next 4 minutes. That one is.
Okay, then let's get back to velocity.
they may let that one go.
They could, yeah.
Kind of curious. There's the velocity. So let's leave it right there. So you can see a little couplet right there. That's why that is still warned. They may downgrade that to a thunderstorm warning. And you know, Chita, although I mean we clearly have a couplet here,
right.
It's not quite as strong. And sometimes, you know, you'll get a radar update right at the moment when it was a little weaker, and then the next volume scan, it comes in a little stronger.
That's
so,
right.
But clearly, you know, this has the potential to produce a tornado. There's Dayton, FM 1409. There's FM 1960 as it heads into Liberty County, meets up there at Dayton, goes into Liberty. So, folks, Dayton and Liberty, now is the time to take cover from a tornadic thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, that one moving east at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. You want to take cover in Dayton, take cover in Liberty. Interior room of your home, away from windows. That's an interior closet or an interior bathroom with as few windows or none is best. And you want to be away from the exterior walls inside in an interior hallway or closet. That's the safest place to be.
Yeah, and the National Weather Service did just say, hey, we are going to keep this in effect until 5 o'clock, just to kind of see what that couplet does.
Yeah, they're monitoring this right along with, you're seeing exactly what they're saying. So
I'll take you up here just to show you Moss Hill.
Yeah, it's it's a very small one, but it's organized. So as long as we're organized, still a tornado warning here. I'll be very curious.
Yeah.
So are they going to keep this one going near Moss Hill until 5, or are we going to let this expire at 4:45?
Okay, let me tell you what we're gonna pop up, David.
Yeah.
We have video out of Lake Houston, and Stacy, continue to walk us through this. You can get in David Paul's ear as well.
Well, that's clearly a tornado.
This is near Atascocita.
This is the one
Lake
that crossed the north side of Lake Houston.
That's right. And I'm going to put the radar up so we can also see how that's going to be the same as the report that we have had as a tornado. It's just, again, the new data is like filtering into our radar.
Well, that's tremendous video. So that is obviously a very well-formed funnel cloud. It may be skirting the surface. Looks like it may be skirting over Lake Houston. So again, this is video you're seeing from near Atascocita about a half an hour ago as our tornadic thunderstorm crossed.
And look at that. That's going to line up exactly with what our radar detected as well.
Yeah.
With the storm reports. Just
that one right
east.
there as it raced through.
Yep.
That's what produced that tornado video that you're seeing right now from about a half an hour ago from the north side of Lake Houston near Atascocita. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten any look. You can see how it's picking water up off the surface of the lake.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I'm so glad, if you can safely get videos and pictures. I mean, really, everyone at home right now, you are our eyes, and this is how we're able to communicate. So many times across our entire area, you may be seeing an active tornado and somebody else is saying we're under partly cloudy skies. And so this is a way that we can show our viewers, everyone at home, like, hey, look at what your friends and family just about 30 minutes away from your home is seeing right now. And, that line of thunderstorms moved through so fast, areas just west of town. They didn't quite see as severe activity as what, we've picked up from Wharton County, Northeast Harris County, Liberty County, but it just gives you an idea. It shows perspective of what these storms were capable of today. Really anybody across our area could have easily seen that, and that can easily produce damage. So it's one of those days where you have to stay really on guard and very, very careful and mindful of what you're doing, because you can see active tornado warnings, they become life-threatening really, really quickly. Now, the good news is it does still look like that cell is moving at a decent pace, even though we have one active tornado warning, you can see, David, till 5. But notice they did expire the tornado warning over Liberty, and that moved over eastward at 4:45. So that was good to see.
That's the one right there.
That's right.
That's the one we can trace all the way back to crossing Lake Houston, the video. Looked like it crossed right on the 1960 bridge, and now has moved east and has weakened. So as they move east, they're flaring up here in Liberty County, and hopefully they'll continue to settle down. This is the only tornado warning we have right now. It is Highway 90, just west of Liberty, for another 15 minutes until 5 o'clock. And just looking at the radar display, you can see a little hook. So there's a little hook with that. That indicates the raindrops being hooked around a rotation, another indication that the storm's rotating and can be producing a tornado. And that's why we're breaking in and staying on top of this.
And hey, look, the severe thunderstorm warning also expired.
Good.
Yeah, so Harris County is looking a lot better. In fact, look, there's hardly any lightning. I mean, what a different picture it was just 20 minutes ago.
Deer Park and Channelview are getting pounded. But,
yeah, that's true.
But you're right. It's a huge difference. So things are, a lot of the energy is being wrung out of the atmosphere. I don't think we're quite, we'll just have to wait and see if we're going to get a break, if we're actually wringing out enough energy to have this settle down, or if we're going to fire back up again. Let's, if we can, Chita, let's look at the velocity
You want to go back into Liberty County?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back.
Let's just reset for folks in Liberty County.
Yep.
This is where the weather is most dangerous right now. There's the couplet. Let's zoom in tight. There we go. Yep, that's it. So Liberty, you want to be taking cover right now. Liberty County. There's Highway 90, 146. You want to take cover. That's the rotation right there. And as you saw, these storms have been producing tornadoes. So this is likely producing a funnel cloud, if not a tornado, touching the ground, lifting up, touching for a while, lifting up. But that's the type of storm that can knock over a big tree, knock limbs down, power lines down, and do damage to your home and you. So get inside your home or office, wherever you're watching us, away from windows, and get into an interior room if you can. Again, Liberty is right here. Kersing Hospital, if you're near there watching us from there.
You can see the track.
Yeah, that's right there. You're going to want to take cover right now. No doubt about it. This is a dangerous storm situation. Take it seriously. Interior room, away from windows, and just stay inside until this storm passes. If we, and it looks like they may have just reissued that tornado warning, but let's leave this right here. So in the path of the storm, Gulf Coast High School, 449, Kersing Hospital, 451, San Jacinto Elementary School, 452, and again, just updating again, St. John's Church, 455, Atascocito, not Atascocita, Atascocito in Liberty County at 457, getting everybody in there. So that's where, this is where our most dangerous storm cell is right now, moving east at about 30 toward Liberty and Kersing Hospital, moving right along Highway 90. And again, this is in Liberty County. There's Dayton, Liberty's right here, Wallaceville Road, Ames, all within the path of this tornadic thunderstorm, moving east right down Highway 90 through Liberty County. And a tornado warning is in effect, and it looks like that has been extended.
Yeah, until 5 o'clock. I can take the track off. Hey, David, I do want to tell you, we just got brand new video in of a clear funnel cloud. If you guys can take that full look at this from Highway 99.
Wow.
I mean, that is as visual as it gets. I mean, again, that's from Highway 99, and you can see when we get, you know, the reports that we've had actual tornadoes on the ground, this is what's producing it right there.
And I don't know if you can put me on the screen with that, but notice how it drops down, lifts up.
Can you guys put David on top of the video?
And put that full. Drops down, lifts up, drops down, lifts up. That's why these tornadoes can be so dangerous, because they come and go so quickly. Now these are, in the tornado world, these are small tornadoes. You're looking at EF0s, EF1s, maybe EF2. You start getting EF2, you start getting pretty serious. But even in EF1, where you've got winds that could top out at around 100 miles an hour, those can do significant damage with trees and roof and be very life-threatening. That tornado, again, that is, I'm told, this was taken near the east side of Harris County, near Highway 99.
That's right.
Just before it crossed over into Liberty County. So this would have been about a half hour, 45 minutes ago. But these can be very dangerous, even though they are small. And that's why we are on the air, breaking in, as we're having a tornado outbreak here, especially Liberty County. Liberty County, we now had 2 or 3 different tornadoes cross into your county here during the past hour. This is the active tornado warning cell right now. This could likely be producing exactly one of those that we're seeing on video, producing it right now. So folks in Liberty on Highway 90, take cover now. Interior room of your home, away from window. An interior hallway or closet is the best place to be. That's the thunderstorm cell right there, moving through Liberty. And this one lifted up out of East Harris County across Highway 146, and now there it is. Follow it right there up into Liberty County. But now it looks like it's moving a little more east. So Daycetta, you're in the polygon, you're in the path of the storm. Folks in Daycetta, be prepared. You are going to want to take cover. Again, interior room, away from windows, interior closet, interior hallway. And you're going to hear me say this a bunch. It's the safest place to be. If you're just tuning in, line of thunderstorms racing across southeast Texas and the Houston area. We've had multiple tornado warnings. We've had multiple tornado sightings. We've had video, so we know we've had tornadoes with these tornado warnings. And our only tornado warned cell right now is right here, Liberty County. There's Highway 146, there's Highway 90 in Liberty County. That thunderstorm is rotating right now, moving east at about 30 miles an hour. Tornado warning is in effect for at least the next 7 minutes until 5 o'clock. We'll wait and see if they reissue that one. Atascocito on Highway 146 north of Liberty. That's going to move right over your neighborhood here in the next minute or two, literally. So again, stop what you're doing. Interior room, away from windows. If you're watching us in a living room with windows that you can see out of, you want to move away from those now and get into a closet, get into a bathroom, get into an interior hallway. Leave the volume turned up on the TV. You can hear us, but get away from the windows. That's what can be initially most dangerous and deadly, is that flying glass from a falling tree, falling limbs, from a possible tornado. That storm right there is putting out. Liberty.
Yeah, and it's moving at about 40 miles per hour, so
Okay.
it's moving quickly. I mean, and you know how these storms are that move that fast. They can lose steam as they move quickly across the area. But there is the active tornado warning in effect until 5. So yeah, we do still have 6 more minutes of this area that's warned.
And we saw that video of these. They're little ropey tornadoes. They touch down, lift up, move around a little bit. Touchdown, lift up. Look at how ropey.
Yeah, there it is again. You can see the
Ropey,
video.
thin. So there is a term when a tornado is weakening. We do call it. It's roping out.
If y'all want to take that full.
It literally looks like a thin piece of rope, and that is, that's what that appears to do. So you're talking about such a small area that ends up with damage. But look at how that twists and turns all the way, and you can see a little debris cloud right down at the surface.
Hey, and we're just getting in from our producer Stacy that we've actually have a brand new video in, I believe, from Liberty County. I haven't seen this video myself, so we're going to see it live on TV together whenever we get that turned. These videos are coming in. Our editors are working so hard so we can show you what people are seeing with these tornado warned areas. But let me know if we still have that, or we can keep moving the radar. You want me to take us back to velocity? You want to take a look at that couplet again?
Let's take a
for
look
the next
at
5
it.
minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we've got it now. Okay, David. I think this video.
Look at that.
Oh, there you go. What a clear image right here. Wow.
That must be video, Chita, of the same tornado.
Yep, out of Liberty County.
Yeah,
That's right.
From another, and that appears to be 99 that the person was on. I'm guessing, but that's where we had a damage report. And you can see a little bit of a debris cloud right down at the surface.
Oh, yeah, forming right at the surface. Yeah, look at that.
So it's either picking up a little bit of water, a little bit of debris, plant material. But that's what we're facing this afternoon, is we're having a small tornado outbreak.
Yes, we are. I mean, we had confirmed between 1 to 3 tornadoes in Wharton County earlier. Then you saw just east of Atascocita, northeast, and then moving into Liberty County. So.
And now Atascocito.
Now Atascocito.
Right
Yep.
over the radar, showing a
Oh,
tornado
yeah. Okay,
warning.
let's get back to velocity, and we can look at that little couplet.
Oh, yeah.
It's still pretty strong.
Yeah, that's it. So it looks like they're going to update that tornado warning polygon too. So Atascocito, you guys taking cover. Again, interior room, away from windows, closet, interior hallway. That's where you want to be.
Oh, now they've extended it to 5:15.
Yeah, and that's the thing to do. I mean, look, Chita, look at how well defined that
Oh,
couplet
yeah.
is.
I'll zoom in.
So this is the Doppler part of Doppler radar. The beam cuts through the storm. In this case, it's at about maybe 800 feet above the surface. The beam cuts through. But it can tell if the raindrops in that cloud are moving toward or away from the radar site. Now, in this case, the radar site is in League City. So the radar site is to the south. The green colors are raindrops that are moving toward League City, toward the radar site. The bright colors are raindrops that are moving away from League City, away from the radar site. So what does that tell us? That we have a rotation right there where those cool colors and hot colors come right together and sandwich. What Chita's putting up are velocities taken in that scan. These are velocities above the surface. They can focus and get stronger in a tornado that drops down out of the cloud base. They can be much stronger than that. But that's where we have our tornado. If we've got a tornado with this right now, and we likely do, because as you've been seeing, we're getting video, we know these are producing. So there's Sand Dune, there's Katascasito, there's Hardin, Highway 146. Folks near Hardin, you want to take cover now. Interior room of your home, away from windows, interior closet, interior hallway. Turn the volume up on your TV so you can keep track. We'll keep you posted. But if you're in a room where your TV is, where there's a lot of glass exposed to the exterior wall, that's dangerous when you have these tornadoes coming in. If that little tornado hits your house, the glass that's going to fly can be deadly. That's why we're on the air. That's why I'm telling you to get away from that glass if you're in the path of this storm. Chita, you got an update?
I do. So I'm going to shift from the velocity, the rotation detector, and I'm going to get you back to the radar. And again, I'm going to give you just a little perspective here. So, you know, whenever we're dealing with these multiple tornado warnings, I mean, this is not one, this is not two. We've had multiple, anything from Wharton County at about 2:30 to 2:45 earlier today, right through Harris County, and then notice Northeast Harris that really went right into Liberty, and that's what we're watching right now. You like to get a broad scope. You know, some of you right now may be in Montgomery County, Waller, Walker County. You're not really seeing much. Where this is all shifted, it is east. I mean, eastern Harris County right now. This is also pushing into portions of Chambers County right now, right through I-10 into Mont Belvieu. You know, I know that Mont Belvieu and Barrett, you're not under an active warning, but I'm telling you, blinding rain. You do not want to be out on this. You can also see radar detected. Look at the hail and all of the lightning. When you see the strong clusters of lightning, that's showing a thunderstorm that's continuing to intensify. Now listen, it is 5 o'clock. We are going to do a hard reset and come right back with more.
Live from the KHOU 11 studios and streaming on KHOU 11 Plus. Your news starts now.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. David Paul with you in the KHOU 11 Weather Center.
Hey, Dave, we're going to take it for a moment right now on KHOU 11 News at 5. We're going to continue our coverage of this severe weather as we track these intense storms, the strong winds, several tornado watches, and a warning.
Yeah, it's been a lot today so far. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist David Paul for the very latest. Hey, David.
Hey, guys, good afternoon. It's turned into a very busy day after Christmas, and it is not out of the ordinary to get severe weather days in Houston and Southeast Texas in December, in January, and right around Christmas. And so that's what we're facing this afternoon. And in Harris County in Houston, things are beginning to settle down, but we still have an active tornado warning in Liberty County, and it's been a cell that has already had a history of producing tornadic activity. So again, that's rain that you're looking at here in Harris County, but where all the lightning is, that's our tornado warned cell that'll be into effect until 5:15. And if there is a tornado with this one, so here's the one up near Hardin, this one racing northeast at about 40 miles an hour. This tornado warning will be in effect until 5:15. If there is rotation, it's right in here. Chita, I don't know if you can switch over to the velocity scan. Let's take a look at where that couplet is. There.
It is really weakened.
Yeah, it has weakened, so that's a good sign. It's not nearly as pronounced, but folks in Hardin, Highway 146, you're going to want to take cover again, first floor, interior room of your home, away from windows. That's where one tornado warned cell is. Chita, is there another cell that's warned further south in Liberty County? Zoom out.
That is it.
Okay, that's it. Good. So that's the only active tornado warning right now. We can zoom out and show you the big picture. So there, that's the cell right there we're talking about near Hardin and Liberty County. That's moving to the east. It is in Harris County. We still have heavy rain, blinding rain. Yeah, Baytown to Mont Belvieu. That is just absolutely blinding rain, and you can expect some hail near KHOU as well, south of Barrett, Mont Belvieu. So that intense thunderstorm putting out a tremendous amount of cloud to ground lightning. We can keep track of the lightning strikes. Yeah, 231 there. just during the past 10 minutes. So when you see that much now, 229, that indicates a tremendous amount of up and down motion through the storm, and that tells you that you have a very active and intense thunderstorm. Also, a little bit of rotation is showing here, but not enough to issue a tornado warning, but it's something that we will be monitoring carefully. Again, if there is rotation with that, it's just south of Barrett, just south of Highway 90, just to the west of Mont Belvieu. Let's see, there's East Wallaceville Road, the Highlands. That's where we've got a little bit of rotation, not enough again to issue a tornado warning, but again, a little bit of rotation showing inside that storm. Back to Houston and Harris County, it's a lot of heavy rain, and it's caused a lot of ponding on roadways. So Gulf Crest to Macawa to Hobby to Allendale, blinding rain, lots of high water spots, but it's not severe. There is ponding on the roadways. If you have to get out, just expect you're going to be slowed down with a lot of high water spots here, but that has not gone severe. A little further off to the west, over to Bel Air, Meyerland, the rain is beginning to exit the area. That's good. Almeda's still getting a pretty heavy downpour. And a little earlier, we're still watching the southern side of this line of thunderstorms. These storms have been pushing through Matagorda County, through Brazoria County, and they're quite strong, but at the moment, there's nothing severe issued for you. That's a pretty strong thunderstorm there south of Bay City. There's Sweeney. We've had reports of some hail here. The tornado report you see up there was from a couple of hours ago. That system is now exited, but there's still some hail with that line of storms. That's all racing southeast. So, if you're in Brazoria, Clute, Lake Jackson, down to Surfside, that's racing in your direction. It'll be reaching you in about an hour or so and then sweep off the coast. So that's where we stand right now with the radar. And let's look at when we can expect the timing of this. So that line racing to the east. So just to give you an idea, it's hitting Wild Peach right about now, coming up here in a couple of minutes. Reaches Brazoria by 5:17, Lake Jackson by 5:40, Clute 5:47, Freeport at 6 o'clock, and Brazosport area at 6:08. So that's that line of storms on the south side. We haven't forgotten about you. You just haven't had any severe thunderstorms or tornadoes down there. Again, a tornado warning, the one active tornado warning that we're watching like a hawk right now is this one in Liberty County. It looks like
they've expanded it. Yep.
Either that or they've added another one.
Yep. I can get back to velocity so we can kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, let's see if we have a couple of stars. So this is a very active, fluid situation. So again, Liberty County, that's the new one.
That is the new one.
That's in effect till 5:30. It's small,
but
a very, very tight, very well organized couplet. When you see the cool colors and the hot colors just coming together at a point like that, very, very tight point, that indicates you've got a very focused rotation, and that's the type of storm that can drop a tornado very quickly with very little warning. And if we get any of that video available, again, let's put that up just so we can show people what we're looking at as far as what the tornadoes look like with these storms. This couplet has begun to fall apart near Hardin, north of Atascocito. That's good. And the video you're looking at as well, this is a tornado that about 50 minutes ago crossed over the north side of Lake Houston. Looks like it went right along the 1960 bridge, right over the north side of Lake Houston near Atascocita. We're still efforting to see if we had any significant damage. We had one report that said they did see the tornado there, but no damage reported. But this is the type of tornadic activity that we are seeing, especially focused in Liberty County this afternoon and this evening. That is the tornado Chita that crossed over the north side of Lake Houston about 50 minutes ago.
It did. We really appreciate all the videos that we've seen just to really see these visuals of what you've been dealing with and seeing outside your window or potentially driving. I know Carrington sent us the video off of Highway 99, not here. Now, we also have some of these incredible TransStar images. I don't know if we can get any of those live images. I'd love to show, people at home what right along 99 at Spur if you can see that, the visibility is just where it's raining right now are next to none. I mean, where it's raining this hard, it's really coming down. I mean, blinding rain even from Channelview to Cody. I mean, these areas aren't warned, but wow, I mean, it is just dumping rain. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to even get reports of high water spots.
Yeah, Mont Bellevue.
Look at that. I know. And even look how concentrated the lightning is. Now, the good news is most of these storms that we're tracking have been moving close to 35 to 40 miles per hour. I mean, they're cooking across the board, but they're dumping a lot of rain in a very short period of time. I mean, think you're talking over a half hour, maybe 2 inches of rain.
Yeah.
You know.
Mont Bellevue, that is absolutely blinding rain. 146 through Mont Bellevue.
And then there's that Spur 99. I wanted you to see that, Dave. Look at, I mean, even areas that it's not pouring like it is over my, the visibilities just are so bad. And look at all that kick-up spray that people are driving through.
Yeah, you don't want to, you do not want to be out in this right now.
You don't have to.
That is,
not at
that is
all.
a mess. Little lightning flash there. Again, that's 99 out of Spur RR Yard, way out on the east side. Oh, now the winds, we're going to, the
Oh, we lost it. Yeah.
video stream come in and out.
Let's see, where do you want to go?
Let's take a look at our tornado warm storm again.
Okay, let's go back.
Let's just get another update on that. 2 of them now. One of them is much more significant than the other. This is Liberty County. It's been Liberty County where we've had multiple reports on multiple tornado warnings. So this storm now racing east of Hardin, showing signs of beginning to break up. It's weakening a little bit. Further south, this is our new tornado warned storm south of Highway 90. That is moving east at about 35 to 40. So in Liberty County, you want to, in the east side, you want to make sure you can be taking cover there. I don't know if we can show the couplets again.
Of course.
But that really helps us to really zero in on exactly where.
Yep.
And it looks like, they're issuing another significant storm. There it is, right there. This one looks like.
Oh, you want to go in south?
Yeah, this one's gone. I think that one's weakening. That's good. This one is still going. Hot colors, cool colors are close enough, so we still have a tornado warning. That's Highway 90 in Liberty County. So there's Liberty, Devers. The storm itself has been heading almost due east at about 40. This is in effect until 5:30 for the next 20 minutes. An active tornado warning for this cell right here. And again, the video you're seeing now as well, this is what we're seeing with these types of couplets, these types of radar images. Tornadoes, small ones, but they're reaching the ground. And these definitely have the type of winds with them that can rip a roof off, rip a couple of roofs off, trees down, trees uprooted. And if that comes through your neighborhood, it's incredibly dangerous. And so that's why we broke it into program to let you know that we're having a tornado outbreak, especially focused in Liberty County this afternoon and this evening here the day after Christmas. So again, Raywood, that's where the rotation in Liberty County right now is at its most focused. That's the spot where we could be seeing a tornado just like the one you're seeing in the video here next to me. So again, you want to take cover in an interior room of your home away from windows. That's Highway 90. There's FM 770. That's moving east at about 40 miles an hour. And so folks near Devers, you want to take cover as well. Big picture.
I do want to show you, we have a new flood advisory in, notice, eastern Harris County. Remember, we've been talking about how areas like Mont Bellevue, Channelview, Highlands were just getting so much rain. The National Weather Service, as expected, did just issue this flood advisory. So not a tornado warning here, but there is an active flood advisory, and that's a really good indication that high water spots are very possible. So I-10 eastbound, but including eastern Harris County, Galena Park, Channelview, Highlands, these are all areas that have seen a lot of rain in a short period of time. Jacinto City, Cloverleaf, again, these are all areas that are under this active flood advisory. And this is in effect and through 8:15 this evening. So I am giving a heads up to you all right now that even if you're not traveling right now, if you don't have to get out on the roads, especially over areas that have seen so much rain, you know, it's going to be a lot easier to do those errands or get what you need to get done Tomorrow, I mean, we're under partly cloudy skies. You're not going to have to deal with any of this. But again, active flood advisory issued for eastern Harris County through 8:15 this evening. And the potential of even some hail where we're seeing all the lightning concentrated over Mont Belvieu. This is not warned. We do not have a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning over Mont Belvieu.
Look at the lightning, Chita.
Yeah, look at that. That's exactly right. I mean, that's enough that it can do damage. I mean, that kind of lightning, and that shows the intensity of the thunderstorm that's moving over. Don't be surprised. You know, if you have some downed trees in your neighborhood, debris flying, we've had winds potentially up to about 50, 55 miles per hour. So serious conditions even over areas that are not warned right now.
When we've had storms like this, Chita, we've also seen lightning strikes that have caused house fires.
That's right. Right.
So there's so many different aspects to a severe weather outbreak like this. Mont Belvieu taking the worst of it right now as far as lightning goes. The storm in Liberty County that is still warned for a tornado warning, the lightning count itself has significantly
Really weakened.
It's diminished.
Yes.
Only a couple of strikes out of that cell. That's great to see. That usually means that we're beginning to see that storm weaken rapidly, and it's difficult for it to produce a tornado when it looks like that.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay, listen to what I'm getting word of. Even though we don't have any active weather right now in northwest Harris County, look at the video that has just come in.
Yep.
This was over a house in northwest Harris County that actually had a lightning strike hit the house, and you can see how fire crews were called. You know, we see this all the time when we have concentrated lightning counts over 10 minutes of 200 plus. But we're now starting to get the video in from some of these areas that have potentially damage, not only from, tornado warned areas, but from lightning. Lightning can do a lot of damage itself.
Oh, and like we were just saying, we often see house fires when we have lightning thunderstorms like we're getting this afternoon. It would not surprise me if folks in East Harris County, Baytown, and Mont Belvieu, that is just
that's coming next.
These lightning strikes are anywhere from 2,000 to 10,000 degrees hot. Even though they only last for a moment, they can light your house on fire, light a tree on fire, and so that does not surprise me that we've had a house fire. Again, Precinct 4 Fire Department called to that one a little bit earlier as the storms move through Harris County. Now it's Liberty and Chambers County taking the worst of it, and Mont Belvieu getting pounded. Let's take one more look at the velocity here.
In the southern.
Yeah. The storm, it does have a little bit of structure to it. It could still be producing, but that's a much weakened.
Yes.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
You're seeing what
surprised.
I'm seeing, Chita.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if, maybe they decide to expire this a little bit earlier, or maybe we continue till 5:30. The tornado warning that is just north of, take a look, they did just expire that.
Yeah, that's good to see.
So now we are down to one active tornado warning in Liberty County.
Yeah.
And that's over the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, that one is settling down.
That's right.
While you've got velocity up,
Yep.
let's go back down the line. Let's just see if there's anything else that's brewing that we need to pay attention to.
You want to get back to the radar?
No, let's leave it here on velocity. Let's
Okay.
just see if we have any more, because but let's go back down the line. Let's go down into Harris County. Let's just see, is there anything else brewing? And I don't see that.
No.
That, even though we have hot and cool colors coming together over Mont Belvieu,
It's not concentrated.
it's straight line.
That's right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's straight line.
But straight line winds
Yeah.
though can still do equally. We found that out with the derecho.
Yeah.
Derecho, very much proved that to us.
This storm over Mont Belvieu pushing into Chambers County, this one could do some wind damage. Straight line wind damage. See how you've got this long line of these cool colors coming together with the warmer colors? That indicates straight line winds, Eldon, Mont Belvieu, up and down Highway 146. So over to Old River Winfrey, to FM 565. That thunderstorm is producing some very strong straight line winds.
And hey, in combination with exactly what you're saying, Dave, take a look at this TransStar camera. Now this is, I-10. Look at some of the pools of water that are just like, sitting there where cars are having to drive through, because we've been saying, hey, we're picking up an easy 2 inches of rain in a really quick period of time. And this is kind of area wide of what we're seeing on a lot of our images.
A lot of puddling out there. I was driving in it a little bit earlier today. It's a mess. Those puddles are awful. And I saw several accidents, just people that hit the puddles. They came up so quickly.
They come up so fast. I know. And it happens every single time. It's just, and with that kind of rain, though, it is still pouring eastbound.
So Mont Belvieu, the white box that you're inside of, this is a special weather statement for a strong thunderstorm that you're getting. And that can produce wind gusts up to 50 or a little above 50 as well. That's just below severe level, but that can definitely do damage. So it's racing through Mont Belvieu right now. Tremendous amount of lightning and thunder. That's a strobe light of lightning right now. Wallaceville is in the path of that storm, racing east. And Chita, if we can just sort of, and Moss Bluff, again, you're also in that, it's a broad area of straight line wind. You know what we might want to do? Let's go back to velocity.
Let's get it. Yep. And I was going to add with this special weather statement, this can be a precursor that the National Weather Service does before you either get a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning. So it's just kind of a heads up, hey, this is an area that we're going to be very carefully monitoring, to see if this escalates.
What I would like to see, let's put up a storm track, but let's use the linear where you can go all the way down. And let's pull it east. So everybody in the path of these strong winds, it has a heads up here. That's that line of wind is racing east at about 40. Yeah, so there we go.
I'll stop it here. It's not completely 40, but you'll get the idea in the short term.
So Mont Belvieu, you're getting it now. This reaches Old River Windfree by 527, and then Cove by 537. So what we're talking about here is not a tornado, but straight line winds. And those can be in excess of 50, 60 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. And that can really do damage very, very quickly.
That can knock over trees.
In fact, sometimes people think that they had a tornado come through. And a lot of times after the National Weather Service, goes to the site, they survey the damage, they then come back and say it's actually straight line wind damage. But, you can't really tell the difference at someone just observing.
While we've got the velocity up, let's go up into Liberty County, take a look at that.
Yeah, for the tornado warning.
So this is the only active tornado warning.
This hasn't changed much.
No, you're right, it hasn't. And Chita, honestly, it doesn't look that well organized now.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's in effect, for another 11 minutes, but we'll see if they decide to keep it or maybe expire it a little early.
Still, this is where we could possibly have enough rotation to cause a tornado, just east of DeSeta, north of Devers in Liberty County, racing east at 40. So if you're in the path of this, take cover, interior room of your home, in an interior hallway or an interior bathroom away from windows with as much frame of the house around you, close to you as you can get. It's just like having protection from falling trees. That framework catches the tree before it gets to you. So that's the only tornado warning we have right now, and it looks like this system is weakening. That's good, but we're monitoring it very, very carefully. The only other wind damage potential that we're seeing is to the south. That's moving through Chambers County. We can take a look at that. That is this area right where you see Mont Belvieu. See the green and the red coming together? Right there, that's where we're going to have the leading edge of a line of very strong wind. Mont Belvieu to Eldon, just to the west of Highway 146, racing east at about 40 miles an hour. I think you can expect winds to gust to 40 there, and we'll just have to wait and see if it gets any stronger. They've not warned this for a severe thunderstorm yet, but there is a significant weather statement for that thunderstorm right there.
That's right, there is, and you can see why, I mean, we're still looking at wind gusts potentially. Oh, look at that, what they've added in this.
Yes,
let me get back to the radar.
As we speak it, they put up the thunderstorm warning.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, here we go. And you know what? As I get the new information coming down, we're just ingesting this just a little bit into the radar right now. But yeah, it is that same exact area that we've been watching. is where they're saying heads up, we could have rotation very possible still in eastern Harris County. Harris County is still very much active and under a threat right now.
You know what else I see? Just east of Livingston, Polk County. That's a new.
Oh yeah,
that's a
that
new
does look
flare-up.
healthy. That looks very strong.
Yep. It may or may not have rotation, but it does look strong.
Okay, there is a severe thunderstorm warning now until 5:45. You can see that for Chambers, Harris, Liberty, Eastern.
And this is worth noting. So for that severe thunderstorm warning for the storm we're looking at from Mount Bellevue, we're looking at the straight line wind possibilities. Tornadoes are possible with severe thunderstorm warnings as well. So you have to put that into account as well. Again, winds, straight line wind gusts of 60 miles an hour are possible, if not likely, with this storm. That's the wind field. It's now moved through Mount Bellevue, but still Mount Bellevue is gusting. It's that green and red where it comes together. That's the leading edge. Think of it like a mini cold front racing east with those strong winds along the leading edge, just crossing over Highway 146 right now, racing east down I-10. It'll be crossing over FM 3180 here pretty quickly. Cove, you're in the path of that long straight line wind damage. Old River wind free. You're just about to get into that strong gusty wind that'll be blowing in from west to east, 50 to 60 miles an hour. And you've got blinding rain. And you've got tremendous amounts of lightning as well.
That's right. You know, we may see if they issue a tornado warning right here. I mean, we've seen that thunderstorm really grow in intensity right over Mount Bellevue. We've been talking about that over the past 15 minutes. So the severe thunderstorm warning, you know, typically we can see a tornado warning sometimes follow. Not saying that may happen here, but this is the area that it would.
I don't see a focus, but we'll watch it. While we're here, Chita, let's slide up to Livingston. Let's leave it on velocity. Let's just see if we're getting any type of little further north. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so no, it's a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
You've got blinding rain up here. Goodrich, just south of Livingston, Schwab City, it's heading in your direction. There's a little spot up there called the Denverado Ranch that right now is getting some heavy rain.
Oh, you know what? It's moving so fast, Dave.
Yeah.
Look, that's actually really good news, because if that were staying there and kind of sustaining the energy that it had, that could have been really bad. But look how fast that moved, even off of 59.
Yep, that's good.
That
I mean, it's a thunderstorm, but that does not look severe right now. That's good. That is good. Let's see, big picture. Rain and thunder sweeping across the area.
Yep.
It's been a busy day after
Very
Christmas.
busy. But you know what? Look how much better Harris County is. In fact, you know what I'm going to do right now to give some perspective? I'm going to dial this radar back, let's say over the past 4 hours. I'm going to slowly go through the radar site, because I want you to see, I mean, I know we've got some warnings. I'll take them off just for a second, so you can get an idea.
It's been a tremendously busy day after Christmas. This began with some individual strong
2:30.
thunderstorms.
This is when we had the tornado warnings out of El Campo, or near El Campo in Wharton County. Then look at this. This is 2:30, 3 o'clock. Look how this just intensifies around 3:30. This continues right through 4:30. That's when we start to see the tornado warnings in northeast Harris County. Do you see that? Right around 3:30, 4 o'clock, moving into Liberty County, and that's where we are right now. But what a difference, right? It looks compared to what we were just watching.
It's improving. It's improving in most spots, but still, have they let that tornado warning expire? Is that what I'm seeing?
Okay, that's right. And so let me put all the warnings back on. I took them off just so you could clearly see the radar site. So we still have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect till 5:45. We do still have a tornado warning for Liberty County, eastern Liberty County, but that's set to expire at 5:30.
So, and just to let you know, that's this cell right there, and it is now exiting Liberty County. So Liberty County, that's going to exit. They're going to let that drop here in just a couple of minutes. So that exits. The only really strong storm we have is the one in the yellow box. That's severe thunderstorm warning, but that is not showing signs of rotation. It is showing signs of straight line winds. So batten down the hatches, Mount Bellevue, DeSeta, down to I-10 in Chambers County. But at the moment, it doesn't look like that is going to go tornadic. There's
No.
the bigger picture.
Hey, we just have word in from our producer right now that we have brand new video out of Liberty County. I want you to see, I haven't seen this video as of yet, so I'm like, wow, look at that. So, just like some of the video that we've been seeing before, you can clearly see the funnel cloud. In fact, you know what? I do think we've actually seen this before. Remember the debris cloud that was basically
I
right
gotcha.
at the surface?
Yeah, that may have been it.
Yeah,
Still,
that was it, out of Liberty County.
can't get enough of it.
No.
That is what it has been. We've had several of these come across East Harris and in particular Liberty County this afternoon. Liberty County has had a full-blown tornado outbreak this afternoon. Things are in the process, at least for the moment, tornado-wise, of settling down. That tornado warning is going to be allowed to expire here in just a couple of minutes as that cell exits out of Liberty County and moves east. So that one's exiting. This one's producing gusting wind and blinding rain and a tremendous amount of lightning, but it doesn't look like it's going to go tornadic. It's moving east. So what we're going to do is continue to monitor this here as things hopefully do begin to wind down. We'll break into programming as necessary. For now, we're going to take a short break and we're going to join the CBS Evening News. That's next.
Moment of Zen is sponsored by Texas